All right. You ready? I'm ready. So, welcome everybody to playoffs, round one, season 31 of the RTS League, quarterfinals. It's a civil war tonight. The UCA Lizards versus the UCA Owls, both obviously from the UCA clan. So I am pumped. These two teams are pretty close in skill. If I had to guess, I think the Lizards will win. I think they're a little bit better. I think overall their player skill is a little bit better. They did end up with a better record. The Lizards were 12-2 in their division, placing second, and the Owls were 9-5, placing third in their division. This is a best of three. I'm excited. Season 31. I've been watching RTS League for years, playing in it for years. Every time there's playoffs, even if I'm not playing, it's still fun to watch. So we're going to get into these games. I don't know what the results are. I am pretty pumped. These are always fun. So let us just get started right in here. Hey, thank you. Yes, I did get 1,000 subs. I guess I'm supposed to do something special, so we'll figure that out. But for tonight, we've got the first of what will be a good amount of some RTS League playoff games. We should end up getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, along with some other games too, probably. So it's a best of 3. I've got 3 games here. I don't know if there are 3 games because it could just be 2-0, but my source always gives me 3 games because he's the best. That's Blackadder, just so I am not spoiled. I believe don't know who picked the first map. I forgot. He told me, but does it really matter? I think it was the Owls who picked first, but let's just get right into it. Game number 1, the first game of the playoffs in season 31. UCA versus UCA. Oh, look at all these players, all UCA and up on Anatolia. This is actually a fun team map. I like it. I love Anatolia. Now, it's going to be a little confusing because everybody's UCA, so we're going to have to try to figure out which team is which. So down in the bottom is the UCA Owls. So I'm going to refer to these bottom cats as the Owls. So we've got Nyan Racing Cat, who's actually an owl, is Kronos. He is on, obviously, the left, and then his ally in the middle. Odin King is Odin, living up to his name. And then on the bottom right is Swiss Boy playing as Zeus. So Kronos, Odin, Zeus. A nice mix of gods. On the top, Red, Domintos, Hades. We just keep the god pool coming. Hades, Loki for Ragnaroks. These are the Lizards, and then our yellow player is Zeus. So do we have only one god is shared? We have 2 Zeuses, and then we do have 2 Odins, or 2 Norse, I mean, an Odin on the bottom and a Loki on the top. And then we've got a Hades and a Kronos. So all of these players are really good. I think, in my opinion, that the Lizards that are on the top are slightly better. They're better 1v1 players overall, and I think that they're also really good team players too. Really good team players. I think they're just a little bit better skilled. But in team games, anything can happen. I mean, if you just have a few good additional teamwork, you can really make a lot happen. One thing to really check for Anatolia to see which side of the water we've got double docks on. So we've got the Owls double docking on the bottom. We've got the Lizards double docking on the top left. So it's opposite sides. We have a deconstruct coming in on the Loki dock, which is a really good dock to deconstruct. If you don't know, I mean, if you're a Norse player, you know, because you complain about it all the time, is that Norse have the slowest dock building speed of any culture. So if you're gonna deconstruct a dock, you might as well do it on the Norsemen, because look how slow this poor Skraeling builds the dock. It is pretty slow, and kind of ironic that the Norse are supposed to be, you know, the king of the water, and here they are, the slowest to build docks. Kronos lately, I would say he's been the main god of 9, at least in the RTSLeague games. He's been playing, I think maybe, I don't know what he's been playing on the extended edition. He used to play Uranus, but he's always played a lot of Chronos. I like Chronos on Anatolia because you can time shift docks. And time shift also late game is pretty good too. You can time shift buildings. As long as you have line of sight, you can just keep time shifting buildings in the back. And that's really annoying when you're trying to deal with, you know, you gotta have your trade route and everything. So he does play China. I thought maybe, but I wasn't sure. But he used to play Atlantean on EE, but I think he decided they weren't good enough, so he's trying the Atlantean. So as far as strategies, what can we see here? Really, honestly, quite a bit. I mean, we've got the Zeus players that are kind of facing off against each other. I would assume they'd both fight water. The Norse player, probably Odin, will probably not want to fight water. I'm gonna guess they're hoping that the Norse can either, or the Zeuses here can either cancel out, or we can have Swiss Boy win. And then Odin will just be, yeah, he's definitely not fighting the water with his forward temple. He's probably just going to go for some early raids, maybe get some early town centers, and possibly go for like a semi-quick, really strong Ragnarok, which can work because Loki obviously does not have Ragnarok. But if the Loki gets a lot of good early raids on the Odin, I think the Loki does better, at least early on. And we've got a very slow advance for Odin King. He's going to be advancing not until 5:15, although I don't think, yeah, Ragnarok's isn't much faster. But I think that might be the key to the game here, is if Odin King can get a good boom without getting raided by the enemy Loki, and then end up with a really strong Ragnarok. Because honestly, Loki doesn't do well against Ragnarok. Really, Norse don't have a great counter to it. Throwing X-Men don't do exactly fantastic. And of course, the Loki myth units might as well be completely useless. We've got 9 Racing Cat with the first initial aggression. We got the Promethean, the Oracles on the dock. He's probably got... Oh, when does he have his next deconstruct? Is available in about 48 seconds. So yeah, he's going to fight against 2. Really just try to keep them busy. It is nice that he's going actually after Ragnarok's dock, because if he kills this one and deconstructs this one, unless Ragnarok comes running back, which we see him now, he'll be off of the water, and it looks like he'll be able to manage that. Watch out for the Minotaur, might come in here and try to get a headbutt on the Prometheus. Oh, there he goes, headbutts that away. Raids 2 little babies, who should be attacking the dock. There we go, and now run up here and deconstruct the other one, and then we have just, yeah, the Zeus is facing off, and yeah, so Ragnarok's full land, that's not unexpected, and Odin King full land as well, and getting on the wood line. This is some really nice early pressure from Nyan Racing Cat. He will probably kill 2 villagers at least. That's not good. Really, in this case, almost no reason to be on that really forward wood here. Because you've got this wood, and you've also got this wood as well. We also could see a forest fire, which could further mess things up. This Minotaur is just trying to live. Oh, the Sentinel, can he shoot him down? Miss. These Sentinels miss so much. Oh, there they go, finally, but too late. And they did deconstruct the other dock, so that's cool. That is good. So essentially, even though there's 2 docked up here, Nine has turned this into a 1v1. And yeah, still nothing a whole lot going on down here, but because Odin King is freely fishing, and we have Ragnarok's having to rebuild his docks, we have Odin King with the early aggression. So what we've had from Nyan Racing Cat has actually really helped. This was pretty big. That is why I like Chronos on water maps, maybe more than Uranus, is because of that early instant aggression that Chronos can have. And while it doesn't last very long, it does a lot of damage, and it has really slowed down Ragnarok. We can see just the score difference here, 704 to about 930, so that's pretty significant. As we see Swiss Boy, yeah, I mean, good job. I mean, as long as he's just going straight up, that's good for him. It's really, he doesn't really need to do much more than that. We've got, what do we got? 15 boats versus 12. I'm kind of not sure why I kill isn't falling back. Come on. Come on. I'm noticing we aren't seeing Matrius here, but ooh, we have quite the pressure from Ragnarox. He is quite a bit behind. Do we have a ceasefire? We don't. Double resto. Well, of course, Domantas can't get resto anyway, or can't get ceasefire anyway, but eventually Domantas should be able to win on the water. Oh, that's a nice forest fire. He did get one. If his Valk wasn't so dead, he could have killed a few more, but there is no army here for Ragnarox. He's got nothing. Minotaur coming in to help, but we've still got these Prometheans over here just pounding away. We have a restoration just to heal the villagers. We have a bolt on the Minotaur. This is really good for the Owls so far. This is really good. I mean, this is, ooh, we do have towers to come up. So honestly, at this point, Odin King probably should run out of here. At least not be right here. Maybe kill the hero and run out. But well, because he's just losing a lot of army at this point. I don't know if it's really worth it now, because the damage has been done. Killed quite a few units, forced out the tower, and yeah, he's losing a few too many units here. That's probably, in a way, not worth it. I mean, the initial push was worth it, but now he's just throwing units away. So yeah, definitely should have run, but that's okay. Still keeping the pressure up over here. On the bottom, we've got kind of, Kill is actually got quite a bit larger of a force or navy than Swiss Boy, so Kill should be pushing through. I would think. Well, oh shoot! I just spilled my water. Dang it! Right in the middle of the fight. Let me pause. Give me some towels here. Give me a second. Oh, man. Well, at least it's only on the desk and not on anything else. Oh, the water, the water. Alright, it wasn't too much. I drank most of it already. Mouse pad's wet. Whoa, here we go. You know what? You guys expect stuff like this on my stream now, so it's not really a big deal. Alrighty, alrighty. Alright, we're ready to go. Let me get my bearings here. Maybe this is a little bit closer than I thought. It is about 16 to 16. Okay, we're ready. Yeah, okay. We're good to go. And yeah, Kill Udia is going back. They both have 2 town centers. Do the Zeuses. Fight here is about even. So yeah, this is the big big play right here. I would like to see Odin King grabbing another town center. He has the advantage. We've got a little Promethean attack here. We've got restoration. This will give should give Kill the advantage on the water down here because Swiss Boy has ceasefire instead of resto. So Kill should be able to push forward. What are we looking at for fishing? Ooh, no fish upgrade. Oh, no fish upgrade. I assume we'll have one on Odin King. We do, and he's got Alta Argus. That's a nice relic. Do we have a fish upgrade for Naya? Nope. We have the fish upgrade for Ragnarox? Nope. And what about Domantas? Yup. So this big fight here looks like it's going to go probably, maybe, Domantas' way, just because Green boats are so much stronger, and we also kind of have Domantas fighting underneath his docks, so Domantas should probably run just a little bit back. Come back here. Come on. Retreat. There you go. A little bit later than what you should have. Because really, he can just post up here and just play defense, and he'll be fine. And now turn and fight. And yeah, now Nyan has to run back. We did probably have a little bit of a raid down here that I missed for a little bit, but killed quite a few villages. We can see a bunch of carcasses over here. Green's roaming around, looking for more units to kill. With these hearse here, he should just run away, maybe kill. Come on, no, you don't fight at this point. quite worth it. Losing raiding cavalry. At the, you know, he's only killed 3 villagers there and lost quite a bit of hit points on his raiding cavalry. So have to be careful sometimes. But he's got this town center, probably grabbing this one as well. So, you know, at least, even if he's losing a little bit more units than maybe what he should, he's at least, you know, on the aggression. So that gives him the time to take these town centers. And as I said, if the Odin player can get a big boom and get a nice rag, I think UCA Lizards, which is the bottom team, can win. And so far, that has done really well. All because of the early pressure by Nyan Racing Cat, which slowed down Ragnarok's early eco, which allowed Odin King to get the early land advantage. And now we have what we have, which is the Lizards, top team, on full defense. This is quite a few hearse here, though. How are we looking for resources? Wish I knew how to do this a little bit faster. Odin King's even almost aging up already. And which color is teal? He is not. So we don't have anybody aging up. I think everybody is content to be in classical age. Yep. Got a ceasefire here. And well, we do have a little bit of pressure on this town center. With Odin King grabbing the town centers and putting resources into that, that has allowed Ragnarok to kind of be on the aggression. He could surround these throwing axemen here. This is... I would fight this if I were Ragnarok's. He wins this fight. Because he's probably... No, you should have fought that. I think he should fight that. Because there is only one hearse here. He had the units backed in a corner. He could have fought that, but we got the raiding... I guess he does have spy, does he not? So he saw the raiding cavalry coming. And I did not. So, not bad. Oh, he's going to come down here. He's going to catch these vills. Is this going to force out a ceasefire? Oh no, he's running the wrong way. Oh no. Oh, he could have. Oh. Secret sense? You got a sixth sense over here? Is he smelling it out? Or is he just running back to defend his base? He's running back to defend his base, isn't he? Oh, close, but not quite. So he's got to come back now. Run back, defend his base. We've got... Oh, if Nyan Racing Cat would have had his temple forward with the behemoth, like if the temple were like just out of line of sight like this was, he could have a behemoth coming in and smacking away at this town center. As it is, there is no army from Ragnarok's here, going to us with a little bit, but that's not good enough. And we've got all these hearse here coming all the way back. We do again still have raiding cavalry fighting underneath towers, town centers, without any copper shields. We do have Akil as fully taken control of the bottom. I don't like that. Swissboy needed to dedicate more resources to the water, I think, because the way that they win is by Odin King having a massive boom, and now Odin King is pushed off of water too. So I think maybe Swissboy just kind of stopped maybe building a little bit. I didn't really see the big Navy fight. But, I mean, you'd have to overproduce because he doesn't have restoration. But I think you defend here a little bit harder. And now we have a very slow retreat. We got this Frost Giant that should probably get out of the rest of the army. And Odin King is going to lose a decent amount of his army here, maybe. Well, no, he's fine. There's not enough units here to get through the meat shield at the throwing axemen. And we'll have the Frost Giant blowing his freezing breath on the Valkyrie. He's smacking away at it. Hello, goody. We are in game 1 of our 3-game set. Playoffs. Round 1. RTSLeague and Nyan Racing Cat and Domintas are just turning this into a game-long water fight. We see Nyan Racing Cat even putting in a little bit into his siege ships, so he really wants to keep going on this. Would like to see him have like a little bit more fish, though. I mean, what's he got? 3, 6, 9, only 10 fish. Would like to see. I mean, he's got more fish he could really get at. But that's okay. Not the end of the world. But yeah, I don't like Swissboy losing the water like that, because we can see he is way behind I Kill You Die. And I don't know no. Ooh, they are pushing through up here in the Hades. There is no ceasefire for the Lizards. This is a Hades town center with 3,500. But we've got a lot of throwing axemen here on the... Yeah, this is going to go down. The Herseer can't quite get past all of these throwing axemen. So that town center, the front one, is down from Domitas. I think what the Lizards have to do is just try to delay as much as they can on the top and hope that iKill can, like, do something spectacular, because he is quite a bit ahead of Swiss Boy. And he has time probably to come up here and help out. But I don't know if it's going to be enough. Yeah, we've already got Domitas falling back on the land. Lost his forward town center. Oh, there's a pot spot to attack, but they don't know. They don't know. It looks like we did have a big water fight that ended up with really Domitas just having a few siege ships, and Domitas with siege ships, Nine Racing Cat with a few ships as well. The big fight here. We have everybody down here, actually, outside of... Oh, we're all down here. Everybody, every single player here has a little bit of an army. We've got one Toxotes from Domitas, the cameo appeared, and now he's gone. Domitas, I think, has just a little bit up here. Oh, he's gotta get at these behemoths come randomly wandering, and look at him sauntering in, ready to plow through another town center. But looks like a little bit of a hold for now. But again, we've got what will probably be a pretty big Ragnarok coming soon. I mean, we've got Odin King at 4 town centers, almost a 5th. I think, yeah, we're going to see a pretty massive Rag. He's already at 160, 160 pop. Looking really good. We got 67. We've got over 80 villagers already. We did see this town center get taken down. I think this is looking really good for UCA Owls, because we've got a few players making their way up to Heroic Age. We have Hephaestus coming in for iKill. I believe that is the first and only player that is aging up right now. But yeah, he can't attack down here because he has to defend. When we've got the full Toxotes, Swiss Boy going full Toxotes as Zeus. Interesting. And they are all the way up here in Ragnarok's face. What kind of armory upgrades and nothing. But ooh, nice armory upgrades for Odin King. Look at 200 points. It's way ahead of his counterpart. So this is, it's looking pretty grim for the Lizards, who, coming into it, I would say, had maybe a little bit of an advantage. This was the Owls' home map, so obviously it looks like they were ready for what they wanted to do. And really, all they have to delay just a little bit. Green has the Pelt of Argus for some more line of sight. So as long as they just delay and keep in here, we should have a massive Ragnarok, which that should completely wipe Ragnarok's, the irony, off of the map. But yeah, they're just kind of, you know, just contented to just kind of stay here and fight. And oh ho, Nyan Racing Cat pushing Domitas off of the gold mine. Down here, nothing going. The siege ships are getting nothing too much going on up here. Yeah, Matrius so far not in game 1. I don't know if he was busy this weekend, or maybe he'll show up for game 2. We will find out. No age 4 yet for our Norsemen. We've got Hephaestus for Swiss Boy. We've got Helios for Nyan. Is he really going Helios, or is that just messed up? Looks like he is. That is Helios, right? I always get the Atlantean mythic gods mixed up. But yeah, there's really nothing going on down here. And you can see Swiss Boy is kind of even enough to score a little bit. But yeah, I don't think there's any way that the Lizards can come back from this. I mean, 5 town centers with an inevitable, like 120-ville Ragnarok, probably. Isn't winning team supposed to be the B team? I wouldn't say so. I would say the A team, which is... Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yes, there really aren't their A-B team. I think UCA kind of just wanted to mix it up and get as two close teams as they could. And they're pretty even, but I would say the Lizards are playing a little bit better, but they don't have Matrius, who I would say is probably their best player. And yeah, we have Ikil has fully won the water, and we still just have a little bit of fighting up here, but nothing much going on. We've got some pressure on the base of Domitas. We've got nice to see the BMS here with their regenerating of 2 hit points a second, which isn't shabby at all. The longer they live, the more health they technically have, and he has killed the main town center for Domitas. There's no way that the Lizards can come back from this. This was, what's the max number? Is 120. You can have 80 gatherers and 40 dwarves. So 120. We see it right here. Comes the age 4 Balder. It's coming. Where are we at? Only 8%. Maybe they would even resign before we see that, but we still got a Frost from Odin King. We've got a couple Underworld passages. We've got Vortexes. Yeah, it's gonna be 120 ranks coming in on Ragnaroks, no doubt about it. And Domitas is losing on his side. We've got it. We're not even gonna see it. Oh man, we're not even gonna see the Rag. It's too bad. And that is a GG. Not even really close. The Owls completely dominated that game. Wow. Complete and utter domination. Did not get to see it. That is too bad. We're looking at the bill count for Green. He was at 124. That includes some caravans, so he was probably at about 110. We would have seen about 110 Reg. And whoo-wee, that was a demolition. And it just goes to show how a little bit of an advantage early can turn into a huge advantage late. It was really all, in my opinion, came down to the early time shift on the top. Prevented Ragnaroks from getting his initial food income, the deconstruct in Archaic Age as well. So Ragnaroks was slower than Odin King. Odin King destroyed Ragnaroks' forward base because he aged up faster. Well, he didn't age up faster, but he got his army out faster. And then because of that, Ragnaroks loses his forward base, and then Ragnaroks is just completely defensive. Brennan, no, they didn't lose. It was solo fight up here. It was only Domitas versus Nyan. It's really, they didn't lose. I mean, it's basically even still. But Ragnaroks never fought water at all. As on the bottom, Odin King never fought water either. I wouldn't say Ikil went too heavy on the water. I just think it's just falling behind so early. I mean, if Loki falls behind early, Loki really doesn't have a way to come back outside of like a huge flaming weapons, which of course that's not going to work out. Because there's a Frost. And yeah, if we do get the Chronos in the middle, that does change things quite a bit, because the Chronos, the fat Atlantean, has to come all the way down here or up at the top to build a dock. But what a game, really. Quite a demolition here from the UCA Owls. So, they take game 1. No Egypt on Anatolia? Yeah, you could do Egypt. Egypt is good on Anatolia, though. Egypt is kind of a little bit fallen out of the meta in a way. I wouldn't say they're underpowered. It's just overall players are preferring the more mobile gods that can do early pressure in the more like organized team games. So you have the early pressure Chronos, you have the early pressure Norse, and then Zeus is just kind of a solid god anyway. But yeah, you could definitely see like an Isis or a Ra here and it would be fine. But let us move on to game number 2. Hello, Lucas. Hope you guys are enjoying. That first game was quick. Hopefully second game will be a little bit better. I hope it's not Medit, because the Lizards pick Mediterranean a lot. And maybe since they got so utterly smoked on a water map, they'll move on to a different kind of a map. So game number 2 is the Lizards' home map. And we are looking at, it's not going to be Mediterranean, that's for sure. Alfheim. I would not have expected Alfheim. And I saw a lot of Raz. So, we are looking on, our Game 1 victors are on the left side of the map. We've got Swiss Boy as Poseidon. He plays a lot of Poseidon. We've got Nyan Racing Cat as Kronos again. And we've got Odin King as Odin. So, same players. The only difference is Swiss Boy swapped out Zeus for Poseidon. On our right side, it is also the same players. Matrius must not have been available these games, I would guess. We have Ragnarox has switched off of Norse completely and is our Hades player in the yellow, our pocket player. Wait a minute here, I thought I saw Ra. Okay, I only saw one Ra. We've got another Hades. Not so sure I like that. And then our Ra. So definitely defense is king over here on the Lizard side of the map. So you got Poseidon, you've got Kronos, you've got Odin. I think they could still do some early punishing with some aggression here. Even though you got a Ra, I mean, if you have the Kronos player like time shifting forward in the back, and then the Odin going with some early raiding cavalry like we saw last game, we could see some hampering of the Ra second town center, which does slow the Ra late game absolute pain train. And why did I kill run past the mithril horseshoes? He did, didn't he? Yeah, he did. That is a mistake. Hopefully he comes back and grabs it. It would be worth it, because if you're camels, you go up Osiris and you get the special tech Desert Wind along with the mithril horseshoes, that is some pretty fast camels, as opposed to if you let the Norseman get it or the Poseidon. Now you're dealing with mithril horseshoe, raiding cavalry, or hippocon. And interesting, the allure was used on Domintas, or on Odin King's base. Interesting. You very rarely see that. I'm not quite sure why necessarily that would happen, but it happened. But yeah, we're probably going to see a slower game pace here. You could almost see Swiss Boy grabbing an early second town center and then doing full hippocon. The Kronos, I would imagine, will do an early forward shift and just do some hampering. I would think the Odin would do that as well. So we'll see in some early double sentinels somewhere. We'll probably be seeing a Ra standard fast heroic with Ta. And then the question is, how much damage can the Owls do to our Lizard team to slow them down? Because you'll need to slow them down, because late game Ra, who is probably the strongest of any god, I would say. So, the key is to not let Ra get to that point, or if Ra gets to that point, you're all over Ra's teammates, because Ra really provides not a whole lot of assistance early outside of maybe shifting some enemy units away. Looking at the hunt on this map, there is not much hunt, which isn't exactly unusual for Alfheim. Alfheim does have that 10% spawn chance where you get like 20 elk in your base. That's only 10%. Otherwise, you can have like aurochs and such spawning, but it looks like the aurochs did not spawn, and instead we got some absolutely minuscule caribou spawn. It's going to be a 2 caribou spawn, which that's not even hunt for. Hunt that. But are we getting a relic? It's a mistake. Relics, some of them are super strong. Monkey Head, not so much. Husk on the Iron Board. There's another cavalry relic. As we see Swiss Boy coming forward, do the Owls know about that relic? They do, obviously, well, because they got. There's the time shift temple up here. He's gonna try to pressure, but Kill is already going back anyway, so not a big deal. But yeah, we've got 2 cavalry relics. And Domitas snags one. Oh, Domitas gets the worst of the two, because we have the Valor being used, and they're gonna get on this monument and kill the monument, which, oh, that's annoying. I've got some cattle in the base for I kill to get to. We've got the immediate sentinel use. But why would you build your monument way up there? That's not so good. You know, lose your monument just to Promethean and the oracles. I guess it's only 72 resources or 76 or whatever it is, so no big deal. But you don't want to lose it. It does take some time to build. We've got the Ajax coming up here, deconstructed on the temple. That's trying to stop. Oh, that is some perfect timing for the temple deconstruct. We are not going to see a Wadget here. Oh, that's nice. He delayed it just a little bit, and we have no Wadget showing up, and he has to rebuild his temple because he needs to get Shaduf. He has just enough for Shaduf already, but I would like to see some units sitting on this back town center here. We've got, looks like Odin King is just going to grab a town center. And now we have these cavalry coming in, so we have Swiss Boy getting the cavalry movement for his Poseidon. That's huge. Very slow age up though, 545 age up. He is cosplaying as Ozone, who is in the chat and frequently gets like post 6-minute advances. Is Norse. Grabbing an immediate second town center, I thought as much. We already have Ragnarox with the town center. We've got Domintas grabbing a town center, and we've got I kill grabbing a town center. We probably have, yeah, so we do have 9 Racing Cat getting a town center as well. So really all he did was just shift his temple forward and do a little bit of pressure. I think you get a little bit of value though out of slowing down the Ra. So sure, no Wadget. Without continuing any pressure, does the lack of a Wadget really matter? The answer would be no. So it doesn't, so it's cute. That's a Wadget, but nothing big. But we do have Odin King who can also freely boom, and done correctly, a Odin boom can actually be just as good as the Ra boom, and then you kind of boom into a semi-quick heroic with Frost to buy you time, and then you can get kind of a 2 to 3 town center early rag with like maybe 90 Ragnarok heroes. Which is something we could potentially see because we're not going to see any pressure any soon from the other Hades players as we see the rain getting cast by iKill. We don't have a whole lot of participation in that rain over on the Owl side. The Lizards, Ragnarox has some farms and Dolantas getting a few. I hope he's got all of his farming upgrades. He does. It would be nice for rain. I always prefer... And I think you should, as a Ra player, you should build an extra priest early on in Classical Age so that you can empower your town centers and your gold. So you get all of your eco boost from that. The priest pays for itself pretty quick anyway. 100 gold, and what are you're gonna get that back within a minute with your empowerment. So you might as well. And now we've got raiding around, and do we have any other decent relics? That's okay. Do Darrow's archers do better? That's good. How much does rain help? You know, I'm actually, well, let's see. Hold on here. It's a diminished effect, but it's the same as the effect it gives to the opponents here. Maybe, who am I looking for? I'm looking for I kill. Can I click on rain and see? Plus 50% enemy and allied villager farming rate. It's a little bit different the way it works because obviously you have a flat rate, which isn't exactly the correct rate because of how farming works and when you have villagers that have to move around. So if you watch villagers farming, you know, they move from space to space as they collect, which of course the gathering rate doesn't affect them at all. So when they're moving, so the farm upgrades, even though it says like 10%, aren't actually necessarily 10%. But then you've also got You can get in the technicalities of it. And do we have much going on? We really don't have much. This is a booming game here. Just got a few raiding cavalry roaming around. Does he have forest fire? He does. Could maybe use it here and get on some billies. Depends on how quickly Domitas reacts. Probably see it. Yep, there we go. Delete the storehouse to get out of there. Oh, delete it, delete it, delete it. He actually misclicked the forest fire a little bit. He clicked it down here. He wanted to use it up here, and he would have killed probably all 5. So just slightly inaccurate forest fire, which sometimes it's hard to do because the trees, you know, if you want to click it on this one, you only got that tip top of it to cast on. But yeah, what else do we got? Really nothing. We've got 9 Racing Cat with a very quick age 3. Actually, it looks like he is the only one to be aging up. And I kill going for a really slow fast heroic. So interesting. That's a pretty slow fast heroic. Is it a second pickaxe upgrade? Oh wait, no, he's already up. What am I talking about? Of course he's up. He already made his Migdal. I'm an idiot. But would be nice to get on the Pharaoh here to kill him. There you go. Man, you know what? It'd be kind of... Oh, the deconstruct on the Migdal. I like it. I like it. Do we have Skin of the Rhino on the Vills? We don't. You should have that as raw. I don't know where these raiding cavalry going. I guess they don't want to participate. There they come back up. Now, that's a good... That's really good pressure and a really good slowdown for the raw player here. Ooh, I mean, now that's gonna at least slow him down at least a minute when it comes to getting an army. I mean, his first 2 chariots are dead, lost a few units. The raiding cavalry should run out now. Get out of here, get out of here. Too many buildings you're fighting under. Just get out. Not worth it. There you go. That's about it. He did it about right. A little bit of a fight here. Hippocon versus Hippocon. Would like to see medium Hippocon. Are trying to get at the... Oh, picked off by Hippolyta. There we go. And how is this fight going to go? We've got the Sentinels that just got up with the town center as well. So this will be defended by Ragnaroks. Swiss Boy, even though he maybe has slightly more numbers, might as well resign because now he's facing the Hades town center and the Hades Sentinels. And yeah, so the Ra is actually slowed down quite a bit, but he's getting his trade route up. Odin King, how's he looking? What kind of eco upgrades we got here? Just a second line, that's not bad. Anybody else aging up? No. We've got the time-shifted forward building with Nyan Racing Cat. You know, rather than go age 3 for Nyan, probably should have just grabbed a 3rd town center. And in the end, maybe advanced just a little bit slower. Wouldn't have been a big deal. Thundering Hooves is in for the Odin player. And again, a little bit of a raid here. There was a crocodile who's way out of position, so this will slow down the Villies a little bit. And we'll kill 1 Villy and then don't throw the rest away. There you go. Good. Good at looking. Get them out of there. Eco upgrades for our blue players. And just first line. Eco upgrades for Racing Cat. Doesn't even have pickaxe. He's age 3, doesn't even have pickaxe. How's our Ra looking? Okay. Alright, we've got... See, this is also the power of Chronos in team games, is you could just time shift a random building. And now this is taking up all of Domitas' army. Just because he can't let buildings just keep on accumulating in the background. Yeah, Red did lose a lot of Vills, but it's still Ra. And honestly, I would have thought that maybe Nyan would go for a 3-town center here. Ooh, it'd be nice to pick that scout off. Oh, the scout. No, you don't notice. Oh, it's going to die. Ah, the scout. Well, there goes a late game. Easy Underworld. But Swiss Boy is... Where's Swiss Boy's army and such? He's got eco. Yeah, there's his army. He's up here. And he does have medium Hippocon. He also got the relic that makes him run faster. So we've got 18 Hippocon to about 18. No, what are you splitting up for? Let's fight. There you go. And this should be a winning fight for him. Maybe. Oh, he does have lower HP Hippocon. Well, maybe not. Oh, force not this. Now run, 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 run. Yeah, run, run. We're well done. There he goes. Okay, so he ran. He ran off. Forced out. Oh, we've got the. Oh, what a. Oh, the locust with the chariots. That's a lot of dead dwarves. Why would you be mining forward? I guess is my question. So that's going to slow down this potential raid. And I think Odin King isn't where he should be. He's a little bit behind. And of course, with this Alfheim being a low hunt map, it's a little bit hard to get kind of a boom that you would have on like another map where you have a lot of food. But we can see that even though he had that early pressure and I kill you die, it's just the raw train is so hard to stop. He's at 3 town centers. We have a trader being used on the Pharaoh. He's only got 4 hit points. Kill him. Get him. Alright, there we go. And then we'll freeze the other one. Okay, that's a nice little trade here. But there's no siege, so I don't know how you're going to kill this. Here we've got a raid. Oh, the raid on Swiss boy. Oh, there's no walling here. I mean, you got a wall here, but why not wall this? And that's going to be a lot of dead villagers here. Oh, my. Ouch. Well, a lot of these Hippicon probably should have ran up here to snag the ones running away. But still, about 5-6 and an Atlanteanville. And we have an Underworld from here. Okay, let's do... Oh, we already have Mythic from Nyan Racing Cat, and that allows them this Hika Gigantes with 30 crush. But here's something you may not know: the Hika actually has double the displayed damage. He actually does 2 attacks with each attack, so we're actually looking at 60 crush and 50 hack damage, and that's why that town center melted. And it did force out an Underworld in defense, which isn't exactly the greatest. Almost could have frosted this and then killed the Underworld, maybe. Hello, Raha Kanarwa. I will remind anybody that is just showing up in the chat. No spoilers, I don't know the results. We've got kind of some combating raid and anti-raid here. We've got 165. Any upgrades here? I think they're supposed to be coming out later tonight or tomorrow. I think we've got it finalized for the semifinals, but it's not, I guess, quite official. Oh, and back Underworld here. Here come the shades, the Underworld shades. Now, Underworld, and now we're gonna have a vortex. With 2, 3, I'm not so sure about that Underworld, honestly. I mean, it uses a vortex, but you really want to save that for later. I think that was a poor sneak peek for a resub. No, man, no, can't have paid advantages. I think it's really an advantage, but it should be out pretty soon. Yeah, in Underworld, I don't know if I approve of that move. I mean, it does use a vortex, but I think we've got 2 left. And it's not like he has to vortex out. So, I mean, I would trade a vortex for an Underworld any day of the week. Nice little raid here on a yellow. So, this has been a hectic game. We can see going into the late game, it's pretty even by score. But we've got better gods on the right. The Ra, as opposed to a Kronos. I mean, the Kronos has some early mythic power because of the vortex, able to just shift around and go all over the place, but against double Hades and the super strong town centers, it's hard to get a really good back vortex. But what I would like to see from a Racing Cat is to shift some back buildings in back here. Would be nice. And we have an earthquake, an immediate earthquake on the base over here. Will it get the town center? Yes, it does get the town center. I don't know if he was aging in that. I didn't quite see if he was aging or not. I did not notice. But that's some pretty hefty aggression over here. We will probably see a frost maybe soon. I guess we'll see a frost right now. I honestly probably would have waited, as we see a vortex on the back. And oh, the roasting! The traitor Chimera is roasting these villagers back here. And Domantas has somehow not noticed, despite their... Oh, a shift! We have shifted the... somewhere that poor Chimera got shifted away along with all of the villagers. Where did they get shifted to? I'm confused. Where are they? Where did they go? Where? Oh, right here. He shifted the Chimera with the villagers, and it's still killing them all. Oh, what an awful shift. Oh, just terrible, and it wrecks the back town center. So actually, a little bit slow on the fortified town centers here. And we're seeing quite the pressure now on the back. Domantas might even lose the town center there. But we've kind of got the counter pushes here. We've got Swiss Boy is kind of even with Ragnarok's, but we've got the kind of the counter advantages here, and we've got a ceasefire along with Presto. So some miscommunication there. We had this. Wait, no. Swiss Boy used ceasefire. For what? I'm confused. Is there a misclick, maybe? Because I can't see why there would be any reason why he would cease this. Because Swiss Boy is on the left team, and at a time when his team is getting some advantage here, there's a ceasefire. So I don't know about the ceasefire because it allows Domantas to grab this back town center. It keeps this town center alive. There's no heroes yet, so I would have to imagine that was a misclick unless something happened somewhere that I did not see. But I don't think so. Pink was dying. He wasn't dead. I don't think he was dying. The town center wasn't even damaged yet. You gotta hold that because now we have a bronze here, just kind of. But we've got 4,200. What was building a third town center? Was he? Oh, was it? Okay, I missed that. My bad. Okay, alright, I understand. No spoilers, Nyan, because I don't know the results either. I know you were playing. Okay, so I missed that he lost his town center. Okay, that makes more sense, but that was unfortunate because of how much pressure you guys were putting on the back. So that basically allows Domantas to completely rebuild. And yeah, it's looking... I mean, even at this point, you get a rag here, Fire Odin King. It doesn't... I don't think it saves the game. Because there's not much forward building there for I kill, though, I think a rag would push through and get this all the way up to Odin King's possession, I think. But Odin King probably isn't quite ready to even use rag yet. Yeah, he would like to get a little bit more trade. I guess he has decent trade route, but... I don't know how many billies he's got. He's got, what, about 80 villagers, I think? So, yeah, we're going to probably wait a little bit for the rag here. You can see there's not a whole lot coming back. We got some of Osiris with the Quadra kill, just like that. What a boss. Wow. Okay, so Domantas is all the way back defending. Except for a little random Alapolis just commit suicide here. So we do have a little bit of help over here by Nyan Racing Cat. We've got, what kind of god powers do we have left? We still have Nyan with 2 vortexes. We've got Odin King with his Ragnarok. We've got, how are these upgrades looking here? Look at, man, Poseidon is so juicy. The Hippicon, you could almost like fill up an entire line of upgrades. I like it. We've got Thracian Horse plus 30 hit points. We've got the Mithril Horseshoes plus 0.6 speed. We've got another upgrade, the Spirited Charge, along with Bacchanalia, which is plus 7.5 hit points. These dudes are monsters until we get late game upgraded towers, which Ragnarok does not have any yet. And now we have the Ragnarok being used. Does he know about these villagers up here? Please tell me he does. Does he know? Does he know? I need to get Odin King's line of sight. He saw the mining camp. Oh no, he's just gonna wander by. But this should give him all the way down to here. There is no masons yet. No building upgrades other than fortified. And there's none being researched. So yeah, we're gonna see this get taken out. I think Odin King will, yeah, he'll definitely get this this push here. But the question is, can he even push beyond this? Now, he did wait until he had a decent eco, so he's got a good trade route. So he'll have resources and he'll be able to queue up a whole bunch of fire giants. He'll get on this town center. I don't think there's any barracks anywhere. Or, okay, we have his first barracks coming out. I don't even think they're probably going to be upgraded. Yeah, no upgrade. Alright, Racing Cat getting his Titan Gate. And man, wouldn't UCA Lizards like to have one of their underworlds, because right now they're both dead already. I mean, and like you could underworld and probably insta kill this maybe, but we've got to push through all the way up here. These regs probably should not be here. Son of Osiris can't figure out what he wants to shoot at, so now we've got the Son of Osiris shooting what kind of armory upgrades. Nice to see the third armor tech facing off against the Rock. And yeah, these reg here probably shouldn't have been all the way up, because this is just kind of getting thrown back. But what I'm getting at, it's not quite my fault. What I'm trying to get at though is that Odin King doesn't really have too many spots that he can effectively push. These should probably all go to greens forward, so that they can push through and get up the town center advantage. Because if they can get up +2 town centers, what would that put them at? 6, 9, 11 to 7? They could probably hold that. So, and maybe they'll be able to push through anyway. We've got all the destroyers here and the fire giants. So, and Domitas really doesn't have much of an army, or us. That army would be nice. I guess he's got some pacifists that are just spawning here. And we've got the... Yeah, these Ragnarok are kind of gonna get melted right where they're at. It's kind of a waste, I think, to send them forward. I mean, it's keeping them busy. And they will get that town center down, so... I mean, and I guess you can't have infinite, you know, you can't have you can't be pop game. So you might as well do some, and now he's already under pop, so we'll be able to build some villagers back. As the town center here, he still is allowing all of that. Man, it would have been nice for him to see that. And random Ragnarok dying up there. And yeah, so that little forward build is killed, but on the back end did get that forward town center. It's going to come down here. We've kind of been ignoring this part of the map for a little bit. We do have some towers coming in, but they aren't upgraded yet. But at least with the guard tower, but we do have crenellations and both building upgrades. So this town center, fully upgraded Hades town center, sitting at 5 grand of hit points plus an extra 40. So will this be enough here? I think it will be. Oxodi's kind of running around. They need to just shoot. Yeah, we've got some. Nice to see that Thyroid. They don't get enough love. So we've got the Thyroid, but we don't have. This boy not have the unique upgrade. It's a Thyroid. Too bad, because that's really nice. So yeah, they're gonna actually get all 3 forward town centers down. I don't think double Hades here was the right play. I think you need one Greek that can be a little bit more aggressive as we see them pushing up here. I mean, score-wise, it's actually still very close. And it just depends on whether or not Odin King can hold long enough to get his economy back. We've got Son of Osiris to kind of pound down on these the mummies here. And oh, that Nyan wasn't quite able to hold that position. And they are got this one down, but now here's the question. If we have Odin King losing his forward town center, and then they can't hold this position as well, kind of the reg push is almost, you know, the effects of it is almost dead outside of here. Looks like probably Swiss Boy will be able to hold this position unless he gets like doubled from later. We got a few Ragnaroks down here, but yeah, Swiss Boy. His economy looking like he's only at 160, 160 pop. I'd like to see him just build this town center. here. And we've got Son of Osiris and all these fire giants. Actually, get the fire giants on the Son of Osiris. They actually do decent damage to him. We got the dwarf picking his way out, using his dagger, stabbing him. Anyway, we got the Titan up for 9 Racing Cat. Ooh. Ooh, the temptation here. Decisions must be made. Does Nyan Racing Cat try to get in on that Titan gate? I think I would do it if I were Nyan. I think I would. I would ignore the town center and come up to the Titan gate, because could he be path blocked? There is that potential, but I think you're close enough. If you run in some army up with the Titan to kind of prevent path blocking, because he's got Vortex, right? No, he doesn't. He used all his Vortexes. So there is no more Vortex, but I think he can get up there, because there's no path blocking even occurring yet. And now we've got this other Titan gate. So he really... going for the easier one to get. And that's the right play there. I'm not really sure why he started it now. Probably could have waited till the Titan was up here. Because, yeah, this Titan gate is definitely going to get destroyed. So why would you build that one at that point in time? Could have waited. Well, that makes the decision very easy for Nyan Racing Cat. He just turns on down here and is going to kill that Titan gate. And we've got Ozone knocking on Ragnarok's front door. And I don't know how this is going to turn out for the Lizards. They are on the defensive. The only thing I think that can save them is if I Kill You Die is able to just suddenly and instantly run over Odin King. But he's going to have to do it fast. And we see this town center, the Titan gate. Down here is already down. I would probably prefer to see this Titan not do this, but just come down here and just get on this town center, which should allow Swiss Boy just to push through. And then it doesn't really matter what happens up here. Camels. But where are the mummies? Or I Kill You Die? Does he still have Son of Osiris? Did he die? I almost said Ozone knocking on the front door, because I saw his name in chat and Ozone plays beside it. Ozone with the cameo appearance here, but I like this Titan usage from Nyan. I like it. We've got Swiss Boy building his as well. We will have this one that goes up, but I don't know what it does. And this is not where you should be. You're the raw player. The Ragnarok is stopped, and you're getting pushed back. That should not be happening. This might be a 2-0, and we've got Son of Osiris just down here. I mean, I guess he can do damage to the Titan, but Son of Osiris down here, that means the Giants are free to play. They would have been over 15 minutes ago if that was over. No, come on. Camels down here. Titan is just really just keep him down here until Swiss Boy has the full advantage. Might as well. No, I want to build a town center. Nyan! Come on, Nyan. Keep that town center down. Might as well. He's even getting this town center down. Look at him go, this Nyan. This is really effective. Kronos. Teamwork. Let's tighten up here. Yeah, I would have liked to just see him stay down here. I mean, this town center should go down anyway, but it is looking really grim for the Lizards. Really grim. Not seeing what they can do. Why did he? Nyan needs to send his Titan back down here. The push is kind of ended. Well, like all these 4 random buildings down here. But, I mean, I guess we do have a Titan coming for the Swiss boys over here. Now you guys can calm down in the chat. That'd be great. Thank you. Even the side build isn't working for iKill and the Billies. Kill fort. Okay, fully upgraded villagers. Few random walls here. We'd like to maybe see some catapults coming down and just kind of trying to add that. But yeah, the push has ended. Ian should have probably just kept his Titan down here. Where's my face? Sorry, Jonesy, you can't see it tonight. Not tonight. We're focusing on the players tonight, not me, so that's why my face is not here. I mean, some hands, because, I mean, if I show my handsome face on the stream, nobody's gonna watch the game. Can't have that. Oh, a little bit of side push here. Odin King should be able to hold this. He's got the old Sarks coming in. We've only got 2 catapults. Got the Titan chasing the Titan. I like it. Titan breeze. He's just gonna come back here and attack there. I guess just grab this, get this town down, I suppose. I'm shifting a fortress or a palace, I guess. That's good. But we've got this Titan coming. This Titan should mean that I keep calling him Ozone. Dang it. Should mean that Swiss Boy will get full control of this side of the map. He's up 4 to 2 town centers. Should be able to get it up. Hey! That's what I was talking about. He is trying to get on this town center. We've only got 1 Contarius picking away at the catapult. Will it go down? We're gonna need to get probably 3 more shots off. It's not gonna go down. Nope, not quite. Good try, good try. Got the fully upgraded camels. Almost fully upgraded. And he does have the Tuscany Iron Board. That's good. 1 catapult here. Odin King, where is your army? Are you still struggling with eco? Where's your buddies? Can anybody send resources? Come on, Nyan, send them your resources. Nyan's sitting at 6 grand in resources, and poor Odin King doesn't have much. But he does kill the only catapult, so that's gonna buy him some time here. Oh man, this town center is almost gone.
Skip.
As Odin, though, he does not get any of the Briggy upgrades, so this town center will go down because of the camels. And we've got, okay, so we've got this Titan Gate Titan is in the back, just kind of killing the centers back here. Now we'll be dueling Titans down here. Little 3-headed, what is this supposed to be? The Cerberus dog, I think? Something like that? I don't know. I'm not really, even though I play Age of Mythology, I really don't know much about mythology. And I was gonna say, I see Ian is doing that now. He needs to come over here and help out. Because I think the only way that the Owls lose at this point, outside of maybe like a wonder, maybe, is if iKill rolls over Odin King. So 9 coming up here to get on this is a good move. There's no defense here. It doesn't even seem like Odin King even noticing. And we've got the Titans battle here, slapping each other away, biting each other. Ragnarok's trying to build the town center. It's working. Splash damage to the Titans. So these 2 should kind of counteract. We do have the extra 350 hit points, though. That's pretty cool. Looks like Swiss boys will live with a little bit extra health. Another Titan is dead. I am dead. So this one will live just long enough probably to clean up some of these buildings. And we can see the tower push from Swiss Boy with the catapults behind and still our fully upgraded hippocons. And this town center has been destroyed, so that's good. Domitas had 2 town centers. Really can't pressure anywhere. Just has no army. Upgraded siege. This might end up being, it looks like it could be a 2-0 victory, most likely, for the UCA Owls. I don't know if we're going to see some late game wonder shenanigans. Honestly, I think it's too late even if they started a wonder to win at this point. Kills, got some catapults here just to slow this down, but we've got the army here. We've got Odin King trying to rebuild town center. Because the only siege building was destroyed, and I think we've got I Kill You Die still has a Titan he can build. We can see it researched. King getting resources. There we go. And we also have Odin King can get a Titan game, but he's at like 7 favors, so that'll be a little bit. Probably just let your Titan die at this point. It's 25 pop that this is just kind of, it's 20 pop here that's just kind of wandering around. And it'd be nice to get an army instead. You know, you exchange the. At this point, probably 7 Hippocon is probably worth more than Titan. This is just a lot of pop just getting wasted. Yeah, would like to see more Hippocon, but it doesn't really matter. Twist Boy is up quite a bit. And, Odin King trying to grab that town center too. Without any siege, he can't keep that town center down. And there is nowhere anymore that the lizards are on the aggression. So, unless something magically happens. Interesting to see the Contarius. How did this town center go down? He had just like 2 Petrobolas shooting at it, and the town center went down. So he wasn't repairing it when he maybe should have, but that's okay. So town center goes down, but it's really not much of a push that'll extend for very long. We do have fully upgraded Hades towers, whereas we're also pretty cancerous. State of California. Maybe now, maybe soon. Alright, Ozone is pushing through here. Ragnarok's at 1 town center. We still got this Titan out. He could probably just come up here and maybe pound down these pieces. And yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot left in the Lizard's tank. Yep, here comes the Titan coming up to fight that. Got the Petrobolas just up. Oh, it gets up just in time before the hoplites show up. So now we've got Swiss Boy at 5 to 1 town center. I only know of one person that can come back from the 5 to 1 town center deficit, and his name is not Ragnarok. So it's about over. So the winner of this match, looking like the UCA Owls, will advance to play. They're gonna play F2, I think, right? Yes, they will play F2. So the winner of this match advances to play F2. And that'll be a good match, regardless of who advances, though it's looking like it's going to be the UCA Owls, which is our bottom team. So yeah, UCA did win here, for sure. Both teams are UCA. Here comes this Titan with his last few remaining hit points. Swatting away at the town center. It's about over. That lady has begun to sing. Let's see who wins here. Titan versus town center. One will go down first. Looks like pretty close. I think the Titan's gonna go down first. One more hit. Oh man, almost. Doesn't matter. No, just trying to put a little bit of hype at the end of this game. We've got the pointless Raw Titan showing up at the end of the game. Too late. Do anything. And they're up back here. And we understand that's what you believe, so we can. We've got it. So you could probably just put some in the chat. That'd be great. Now Ragnarok is at 0 town centers. We're looking at 4 town centers for the Lizards and 9 and 12 for the Owls. So yep, we're about done. I think technology is getting researched, just a few random stuff. After a harvest. About it. Obviously, we have the UCA Lizards aren't wanting to resign because this would be the end of the season for them. So, end of the season for the old UCA Lizards, who up till now looked really good. Their only blemish in the season was losing to ATB 2-0. Other than that, they had a really fantastic season, but will be taken out by their counterparts, the other UCA team. Such is life. Yeah, UCA is eliminating the other UCA, and this town center will also go up as well. What we're gonna see. So, yeah, so on the other side of the bracket, we still got the quarterfinal game that needs to be played yet. Not kind of holding up the show, unfortunately. But we will hopefully get a semifinal matchup coming up later this weekend. Maybe. We'll see. We're watching this type just kind of fight all these units here. Not a whole lot going on. This little bit of pressure point up here. Oh, we got the Balder Rams. I like it. I like it. I like it. Balder Rams almost getting it down. But the mercenaries coming out, but we've got the fanatics. Yeah, this one's so where's he going? Where's this guy running up to? Okay, I'll take down the top. Yeah, they're not exactly as active as they could be. And I think that's gonna take them down. I don't see them winning anyway, this quarterfinal matchup. But you never know. I mean, they're good players, but they're just not very active these days. Look at this, the collection of fortresses right here. And 6 fortresses, all in one screen. Got the old tight gate. The old fight just getting added down. On center, almost dead again. Desperately trying to finish it off. That's the one ram, fire siphon coming in. All these. Oh! We got 11 of these portable boys coming in. Look at them go. You know, kind of cool looking units. These rams. I mean, look at this. This is awesome. The Pharaoh just pops out, even hiding in the town center. So the rest of these rams come in and they effectively finished it off. To be about it. I might as well just fast forward. This is only a best of 3, so yes, it looks like we will have 2 games, and that'll be it. Unless we're gonna see something really magical. The Titan gets up his life as he takes down that town center. And there is the GG being called. So the UCA Owls, with some really good back-to-back performances here. We'll put them on the win column. 2-0 victory against their brethren. Really well played. I thought maybe the Lizards could pull this out. I didn't think the Ragnarok was everything it could have been, but IKill just was not ready for it. There were axemen ready, there were no towers ready, and in the end, the Ragnarok helped get 1, 2, 3 forward town centers. Yeah, not having Matrius does hurt. I don't know if they'd win the first game. They might win the second game with Matrius, because the second game was fairly close. But ended up the Ragnarok cleared out and helped get down all 3 town centers, all 3 forward town centers, and the Lizards were just not ever quite able to solidify. We did see IKill did briefly get his town center back. I don't know if Domitas ever quite grabbed his back, but almost. But yeah, that really was kind of the domino effect that allowed really Swiss Boy just to push through here along with the Titan helping out, and it is the game. I'm in a good mood. I'm usually always in a good mood, my man. If I'm not at work and I'm home, spent the day with my family, I'm in a good mood. watching some Age of Mythology, relaxing here, spilling water on my desk. It's a good day. So it ended up being a 41-minute game here. Pretty long. It was about over for the last 5-10. But let's take a look at the post game. See what we got going on here. A lot of everybody was tributing resources, and it's a giving mood, I guess. So good for them. Military account, Swiss boy with just a ton of military killed here. Really nice kill-loss ratio, actually. Nomentas didn't really kill much, well, units lost 369, 32. And he's facing the weaker Kronos units, so he's going to get a pretty decent kill-death ratio, I suppose. But Odin King, it's expected. I mean, you also lose units to the Reg anyway, so when your Reg gets used, all your villagers count as units lost, so this is about 417, 520, about 540 or so. Improvements, we have IKEA with the 9 advance, but he kind of getting similar Mythic Age times. But yeah, really, I think I'm not a big fan of the double Hades. I feel like you need another god with some little bit more pressure. They actually have the Lizard up economically mid-game, but we're just a little behind when it came to aggression. Elements are kind of the big tail of the tape. The Ragnarok, and while it didn't push through and beat anybody, it did destroy all 3 forts. Allowed them to hold in the top and the middle, bottom, and they were never quite able to get their back, or 7 and 10. Very wise. You have the big spike. Quite able, and this is once Swiss boy, or not Swiss boy. Once Odin King is fully solidified after his raid, you see that's when up again. But GG's, that's it for tonight. So I appreciate all of you guys who tuned in and watched. Hope you guys enjoyed. Those later watching on YouTube, you guys will see a lot more of these games. This is the first game of the playoffs. We're gonna see at least what, 1, 2, 3, 4, at least five more games that we're gonna see. So again, thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you guys all have a fantastic night, and that is it. So adios.